a guy called Stu Mittleman who ran across America on avocados and fats, healthy fats. You need your healthy fats for stamina. Stu Mittleman, what about Stu Mittleman? People ask me, Harley, what about Stu Mittleman? Stu Mittleman was an American runner, and he set a lot of records in 1980s and 1986. I learned about Stu Mittleman many years ago. I had a friend who was trying to run marathons out on an avocado and kale diet. He'd been to a Tony Robbins seminar, listened to Dr. Young, and listened to Stu Mittleman. And then he was trying to run marathons on avocados and kale as his exclusive staples. And we can imagine what's going to happen to your fitness when you're trying to live on avocados and kale. Your fitness is going to go like that to boom, like that. And that's how I got introduced to Stu Mittleman. My friend said, oh, Harley, but no, Stu Mittleman's a really good runner. And I'm like, dude, nobody is fucking running fast or far on kale and avocados. You're going to be, a snail maybe. A snail can eat kale and avocados, and a snail can do its thing. But if you want to beat the snail, you can't live on avocados and kale. So I looked up who Stu Mittleman was, and I read his book called Slow Burn, and it's a good book. I recommend it. I learned a lot about running form and just basic running stuff. But in terms of diet, I can see where the confusion lays. Because Stu promotes healthy fats like flaxseed and stuff. And so whenever someone promotes healthy fats like flaxseed, people assume it's a low carb. And he promotes, instead of eating white rice, he promotes eating quinoa, brown rice, things like that. So more whole food plant starches versus the refined stuff. But here's the crunch thing. But here's the bottom line. Stu Mittleman set all his records from 1980 to 1986. Stu Mittleman was the national spokesperson for Gatorade, wasn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Stu Mittleman the national Gatorade spokesperson in the US? Correct me if I'm wrong. Look it up. Go to stumittleman.com, read his about page. Stu Mittleman was a Nike spokesperson, a Gatorade spokesperson, wasn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. Stu Mittleman set all his world records on Gatorade and caffeine. Correct me if I'm wrong. Stu Mittleman set all his running records on a high carb, low fat, refined sugar, caffeinated diet. Correct me if I'm wrong. So just because someone writes a book and they change their theory, a lot of people assume that's what they used to do, but that's not the case at all. So you've always got to look at the whole banana. You've always got the whole box. You can't just look at one little segment and just cherry pick it. You've got the whole thing. So I've got nothing personal against Stu Mittleman. It's a great book. Read Slow Burn. It's got some great running tips, but as far as the diet goes, I think Stu's got a bit of dietary amnesia because Stu set all his records on the Gatorade high-carb, low-fat diet. That's what he did. So that's just the reality of the situation. So if you try and do high-fat, low-carb as a runner, you're going to fucking fail epically. Carb up. There's no examples ever, and there never will be, because human physiology runs on glucose. We run on plant sugars. We need the plant sugars. The faster you want to run, the longer you want to run, the more plant sugars you need to consume so you can do that. Look at the Kenyans, look at the Ethiopians. It's rice, bananas, potatoes, wheat, quinoa, barley, sugar tea. They're knocking back sugar tea. Whole food plant sources are the best source. Carbohydrates. It's just how it is. You can keep banging your head against the wall and be like my friend who's trying to outrun his snails in the garden on avocados and kale, or you can just fast track your success, carb up, low fat. That's where it's at. I'll see you next video. Post your comments and requests down below. And no, Jonas Colting, the nice guy as he is, he lives on bread, Coke, brownies, chocolate. Read his latest blog. Caffeine, Red Bull. Nice guy, but not a low carb athlete. Just saying. Post your comments down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again.